And how do I let go of things easily?
Is holding on difficult or letting go difficult? Even you hold on to a mobile phone, if you just hold on, how long can you hold on? Holding on is difficult. Yeah? Letting go is easier.
Hi everyone, my name is Akanksha. I'm urban planning student doing masters, and I did Guest Plus in 2012 in the first year of my college, and it has benefited in lot many ways. And personally, I love dancing and painting.
That's wonderful. So Akanksha had sent me a list of questions that she was going through, in her life, and I said, let's just have a Q&A, and so many other people who may be having similar issues, they will be benefited. So here we are, and Akanksha, you can ask your questions, and please feel free to interrupt at any point, and you want to share something or ask a related question, that is also okay.
So, Bhaiya, I would like to begin. I want to know how to be more established in Seva and Knowledge.
By doing seva and by being in the knowledge, you know uh, really that is how we have to train our brain, yeah? Train the neurons in our brain, yeah? By doing something, and the more we do something, yeah, the better we get at it, you know seva is very beautiful. The word itself, sa eva, means to be like him, like the divine, like someone who loves us unconditionally. Maybe it is one of your friends, maybe it is your father or mother, or your brother or sister, someone who loves you unconditionally. The easiest way to understand this is how nature loves us. It doesn't expect anything in return, but always giving, always sharing of its bounty, of its glory. Similarly, nature or God has blessed us with so many wonderful qualities. And when we share it, we are blessed with even more. Like you said, you love dancing, right? Now tell me, how many times have you danced only for yourself? Yeah. You stand in front of the mirror and dance just to entertain yourself? Not really. You dance, and that quality makes others smile, makes others enjoy. Isn't it? Their spirits feel uplifted,
Mm.
right? Similarly,
Yeah.
if somebody is a good massager, if their back is paining, they can't massage themselves. That talent is for others. So if we are blessed with money or power or fame or any of the qualities, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji says, the more we share it with others, the more we are blessed with that. So if somebody has a wonderful voice, they are not going to sing for themselves all the time. With their voice, they will lift up other people's spirits. Right? And the more they do that, the more they are going to get better at it. And that is seva. Similarly, I have experienced the Art of Living course. I wanted to go on the rooftops and shout it out to everyone. Come on, guys, what are you doing? There is something so fascinating, so wonderful, so marvelous waiting for you. Come and do it. That is also seva. And how to be established in knowledge? Well, at any point of time in our life, we have the opportunity to use the knowledge or not to use the knowledge. When we use the knowledge, notice what happens. That situation will not affect you so much, isn't it? It will not bug you, it will not shake you, it will not make you go off balance, off center, isn't it?
Yes.
And when you use it, when you use the knowledge, you can smile through it. And we don't use it, it really troubles us, pulls our energy down, our enthusiasm, our joy. So this awareness itself will bring us back on track.
Okay.
Yes?
And I know sadhana is very important for me. I know its importance and value, but I do not do it. How I can be more regular? How can
Yeah, you just have to understand the laws of karma, which is every action has an opposite reaction. Uh, or I would say, you have to understand the laws of karma. Every action has its consequence. Every inaction also has its consequence. So notice, you tell me, the days you have done your meditations, your Sudarshan Kriya, your Sahaj, how do you feel? Tell me.
More lively and energetic and
Very,
happy.
very good. You feel energetic, you feel happier. That is how you feel within. Yeah. How is your work get done? How is your studies when you are happier, when you are energetic, or when you have done your sadhana? Tell me.
It is easier to do it.
Right? Yeah. It is easier, more effortless, less input,
Yeah.
more output. Yeah, you can achieve so much more, isn't it? This is what I have experienced. My creativity, my productivity, my efficiency just goes up, shoots up. Now tell me, the days you have not done your kriya, how do you feel?
Something is missing और ऐसा कम अच्छा लगता है मतलब that energy is low.
राइट राइट हाँ ये तो होता ही है ना कुछ तो अंदर से अरे आज कुछ हुआ नहीं समथिंग इज मिसिंग लाइक यू राइटली सेड या ओके दैट्स हाउ यू फील द एनर्जी इज अ लिटिल लो एंड हाउ डज द वर्क और स्टडी हैपन और डजंट हैपन
Less or more the whole day is lethargic.
Okay. Huh? More lethargy. Huh? So it's not that study doesn't happen. It's not that you don't feel happy. Yeah? Because there is so many people out there in the world who have not tasted this, who don't do their Sudarshan Kriya or their meditations daily. Yes, they are living their life. But what happens when you practice this? Yeah, you have an edge over others. You are a notch, few notches above the others. Yeah. And life happens much more easily. Yes, challenges are going to come, whether you have done the art of living or not. Yeah. But you can smile through it. You can handle them much better, isn't it? So, like you rightly said, when you do it and when you don't do it, you see the consequences. Just being aware of these consequences will make you be regular with your sadhana. Yes? So all I am saying is be aware. Alright, the Sudarshan Kriya didn't happen. Fine. Instead of going into the guilt, oh I didn't do it, get the learning. Yeah. What did I learn from not doing it today? Yeah? Or what did I learn from missing it? And what did I learn from doing it? And that itself will make you be regular. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So with time, is it possible that we lose the value for things or guru in the life? मतलब उनकी वैल्यू कम हो जाएगी, इम्पोर्टेंस कम हो जाएगी और अगर ऐसा है तो कैसे उसको वापस इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं? How can we increase it?
It can happen with anything else in the world other than the guru. You know, in the sense, see, well, you are used to people complimenting or praising you, let us say. Yeah. Then after some time that doesn't really give much joy. Similarly, if you are used to lots of money in your life, then money doesn't give you that kick or high or that feeling of upliftedness. Similarly, in a relationship. Yeah. Okay, why do people after some time, initially when they thought that this is made for each other relationship, this is the perfect match, then they get married 6 months down the line? All those, I think I have made a mistake. All those doubts start creeping up and, becoming bigger and bigger. Right? It's simply because we start losing the charm. And that will happen with objects. Let's say you've been wanting that particular dress. You've seen in the showroom. You've been walking in the mall and you saw that dress, but it is like 20,000 rupees, 22,000 rupees. And every time you walk past that, suddenly it brings that smile, and it, you start fantasizing, oh, how will this look on me? And all that will happen. It will give you so much joy. But let us say after a couple of months, 2 3 months, you save the money, you buy that dress. How many times have you seen that dress or worn it and felt that happy? Not as much, isn't it? So the
Yes.
moment we possess it, possess anything, in our mind we think we possess that person that I have got married to, or that
Yes.
object, then it loses its charm. Now the thing with the guru is, yeah, you can never possess the guru. Yeah, they are beyond our grasp, beyond our understanding. The guru or
But
God or divine is that infinity, that vastness which we can't really, hold on to. Yes, you were saying?
I was thinking, but we can feel a little like कभी ऐसा लग सकता है ना कि distance आ गया. Yeah, नहीं.
हाँ हाँ, वो लग सकता है. Yeah, and that is entirely our mind playing its tricks. It's like right now there is air around me, and sometimes I feel, oh, I'm feeling that air. Sometimes I put on the fan and I feel it even more, or there is a breeze and I feel it more, or I'm just more aware and more heightened state of awareness or consciousness, and I can start feeling it. Like on an advanced course meditation, I can feel the air going in through the nostrils, touching the insides of my lungs, or I can feel that prana in the whole body. Now that prana or the air is there all the time. Sometimes you feel connected, close to it, and sometimes you feel distant. But that divinity, that Shakti that is there, it is there always. And when you are in the presence of a devotee, or someone who is so connected, someone who is a meditator, you feel it even more. So company affects a lot. What kind of company you are in. That is why it is said satsang, having that company. And that is what I did when I did the course. I got my parents to do the program, my brother and sister and my friends, in hostel in IIT, or my batchmates, my relatives, so that you create that sphere of sattva, that energy, so that you feel that connection. Sometimes your mind is not feeling as close or as connected, the company will uplift you. And that is satsang. Okay? And in the relationship with a guru, it's so beautiful. There is love and respect. Usually in a relationship with another person, well, there could be either love, you have a lot of intimacy, closeness, but the respect is lost. And when there is respect for someone, we put them onto a pedestal. We create a distance. Oh, that person is there and I am here.
Yeah.
But with the guru, there is both. You have utmost respect and you feel so intimate, so close. You feel as if they are listening to my every thought, my every desire, my dreams, goals. They are aware of it. So you feel that oneness and that respect is there. And that is why it is long lasting, and it just grows with time. Even now, every time, Gurudev comes onto a Zoom call or he walks into satsang, the heart beats much faster and more dhak happens than when we first met him 27 years ago. And it has only been growing. Yeah.
It is, I think, same for everybody.
Yeah. Huh? But sometimes the mind will play its tricks. Fine, you enjoy it and know that good company, our regular meditations, and place. You come to a place like the ashram, or you go to a place of worship, or you go into nature, and you'll start feeling that connection.
So I wanted to know how can we be more natural and light and yet responsible at the same time.
Natural and
Natural and light in nature and yet responsible at the same time.
that is exactly what Krishna demonstrated through his life. Having all the responsibility and yet having the smile, having the lightness. You can look at the whole Mahabharata war. It was World War Zero. People came from all over the world, yeah, at that time. Even now, when you go into South America and in archaeology, they have dug up and they found murtis of Ganesha, and it's fascinating how the extent of that war at that time. Nova Scotia, it is said Navakosha, it's 9 hours away from India. California, it was Kapilaranya. In the scriptures, it is said when it is day in Bharatvarsha, it is night in Kapilaranya. California is exactly 12 hours time difference. So Mahabharata war, if you see all the kings and their kingdoms mentioned, they were from all over the world. And that whole war, you look closely, Krishna had some role to play in it at some point or the other. He did all of that, and yet he had that smile, that lightness. And that is what Gurudev also teaches us, through this wisdom. And when we do seva, I was in Gurudev's secretariat for the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the Art of Living. Then for the World Culture Festival in Germany, at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin, and in Delhi, for the 35th year celebrations, World Culture Festival. And I tell you, the function like this, a celebration like this, the world hasn't seen. For Silver Jubilee, there were 2.5 million people. For the Delhi World Culture Festival, there were 3.75 million people. And all these volunteers, they would do the seva, take such a huge, unimaginable responsibility, and there would not be tempers flying all over the place or people shouting at each other. There would be so many smiles. Of course, we had our differences of opinion and we would argue, but there was a sense of belongingness and sangatchatvam and lightness. And that comes with the wisdom. Gurudev says knowledge has organizing power. When you have the wisdom, you can take the responsibility without the burden, without the heaviness. Okay? So knowledge is important, and when you are a meditator, you can take on whatever challenges that would come with a smile. You can take it in your stride. Do you see that?
Yes.
So that is why Krishna also wears his crown is what? Peacock feather. More punk. What does that mean? It means you have the responsibility. A crown is what? It's a symbol of responsibility. A king wears a crown, but it is very heavy. Solid gold studded with diamonds and rubies and whatnot. It is very heavy. It's like all the king wants to do is when he gets home, just remove it and feel free. But Krishna's crown is that of a peacock feather. It is so light and so colorful. So that is how we need to take responsibility. And I see that all our volunteers like yourself, teachers, of course Gurudev, takes responsibility for their communities, for the people around them, for their organizations that they are working with, or the organizations that they are heading, and they pull everybody up through these programs, through their leadership qualities, and they do it with a smile.
How can I be more expressive and let go of things easily?
See, a person like you, who is more reserved and quiet, you have very strong quality of perception and observation, right? And how do you convert that into proper expression? Few things. One is not being a football of others' opinions, not being so worried about what people will think. What if I make mistakes? I was in that same boat. I was such an introvert, and I could never be able to express, forget in front of a big group, not even one-to-one. It was a big challenge for me. Until on the 4th or the 5th course that I was assisting and organizing in IIT itself on campus with Baba, my teacher. And he brought me up front and he said, okay, talk to the group, tell them about yourself. And nothing would come out. I was so nervous. And he asked me, so what's the problem? What are you afraid of? I said, if I make a mistake, people will laugh. And he said, that's wonderful. You have made so many people laugh and you will learn. That's a win-win situation. Later on he had said, Charlie Chaplin made millions by making mistakes and making people laugh. And somehow when he said it, when a meditator, when a calm person says something, it touches you. I may have read it 100 times before, but when Baba said it when I was on the course and he made me do that process we learn on the meditation and breath workshop, and I opened my eyes after 2 minutes, just a quick process, but 2 minutes later, and I felt as if I was sitting with my friends, with my family. I could be myself, I could make mistakes and laugh with them. And I tell you, just that and my regular Sudarshan Kriya and being with the Seva, my communication improved so much in just next 2-3 months. The way I could express what was happening, what I could perceive and what I could observe. So all these three are important. What? Perception. Perception is all the five senses. What are you taking in? So out to in is perception. Observation is in to in. What you have perceived, what are your feelings, what are your observations, all that you are seeing. So that is observation. And in to out is expression. And that expression becomes better, clearer, more optimal, just right when you meditate regularly and you apply this knowledge, not being football of others' opinions, okay, dropping our fear of being ridiculed, isn't it? It's one of the biggest fears we have. Oh, people will laugh at me. Fantastic, let
Yes.
them laugh. So Baba says the Sardars and Parsis, Babas have this racial advantage. They can do anything they want. What will people say? ये तो पागल है, साला सरदार है, बाबा है. So we have racial advantage. We can laugh at ourselves. You guys, you. That is one of the biggest skills, to be able to laugh at your own mistakes, laugh at yourselves. Then you will progress much faster.
And how do I let go of things easily?
See what is difficult? You asked, how do I let go easily? Is holding on difficult or letting go difficult?
Obviously holding on.
Isn't it? पकड़ के बैठना इतना बोझ है. Yeah. See, if you even you hold on to a mobile phone, if you just hold on, how long can you hold on? Holding on is difficult. Yeah. Letting go is easier. So just being aware, what is more difficult, holding on to something or letting go? Yeah, you can take a deep breath in. Holding on is easier or letting go is easier? You see, even with the breath. So same thing, when we hold on to stuff, it creates turmoil inside, it creates a sense of heaviness and it pulls us down, drags us down. When we let go, then it frees us. Okay. So again, coming back to the awareness bit. The moment you are aware that this is not good, you will let go. In the Ashtavakra Gita, Gurudev talks about it. Let us say you are walking on a dark road, all right, and let's say in a forest kind of a place, and you're like literally moving the trees aside, and you hold on to something. You feel it's a rope, right? And suddenly there is that streak of moonlight that comes or something, and you see it's not a rope, it's a snake. What would
We will leave it immediately.
throw it
So,
away, isn't
huh.
it? So the moment you become aware that this is not good for me, you will drop it.
Yes.
Right? That is more important. That you be aware that when I hold on to something, you have a fight with your friend, you hold on to that grouse. Does that help you?
No.
No. Or the friendship? No. So
No.
you drop it. All right, he said something, she said something. ठीक है, उन्होंने थोड़े से गुस्से में बोल दिया, थोड़े स्ट्रेस थे, कुछ बोल दिया, भूल जाओ. Do you get this? Or you made some mistake, all right, it happened through you at that point. You drop it. Whatever needs to be done, you want to say sorry, or however you want to act it out. First, you let go of that guilt from within. That
Okay.
holding on to some fight or some jealousy or some greed or a sense of revenge and retribution, you drop that and you become free to interact and connect with people better. What do you say?
Yes. Um,
What else?
what to do when we keep on thinking and planning, but we don't act upon it?
So we will plan. Is it everybody's question or your question?
It's my question. I keep on planning things and
So what do you
then
plan and what do you not do?
like I plan ki I will do this, I will exercise in the morning, I will study this much time, I will go for a walk or anything like that. But then I keep on planning and then don't take action on it. I keep postponing or something like this.
Okay, good. So I'll come back to my first answer, which I said, when you think, what are you training your neurons for? Thinking,
Thinking.
isn't it? When you
Mhm.
do something, then what are you training your neurons?
For doing it.
For doing it. Yeah. As simple as that. So it only amounts to how you are training your neurons, your brain cells. Okay, how you are programming them. So if we are all the time thinking and not acting, then we go into this action paralysis. Okay, analysis paralysis. That is the other thing. So we get into this thinking mode. And the other thing is, we keep doing senselessly without thinking. That is also not good. That is called action addiction. Okay, so either we get into the analysis paralysis, just thinking and analyzing stuff, or we get into action addiction. So you need to have both. Thinking also, clarity also, what I need to do, why I'm doing this, a sense of purpose, a meaning to what I'm doing, and along with that, action,
Yes.
isn't it? In another of the series of talks Gurudev has done, the Murugan Rahasya, he talks about these three Shaktis: Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. You need to have all three. You need to think properly. You need to also have the understanding, the wisdom, the knowledge, and you need to act. Only then it is complete. If any one of them is missing, then you will always feel not complete, not giving your best, not being the best version of yourself. All of that will keep eating us because it is not complete. Okay, so you should really hear that. Murugan Rahasya, Gyan Shakti, Ichha Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. It's very beautiful.
So recently I recognized this thing with myself that if I want to get attention, if I don't get it, I become uncomfortable. But I get it, I also become uncomfortable. So is it natural? what, what
It is happening, so it is natural.
is it
Gurudev is
natural wanting to get attention or
right. Gurudev has written a very beautiful knowledge sheet on this, and he
yes,
says how sometimes the sense of identity, the ego, it will get upset if while seeking attention when nobody is paying attention, and it may get uncomfortable when too much attention also comes.
yeah.
Yeah. So you very rightly pointed out the issue that happens with our ego, and just recognizing this. So you have made a big leap by knowing that, oh yes, this is happening with me, that I seek attention, I do all sorts of things to get attention, and when I don't get it, I feel little not so good, and when I get it also, that is also uncomfortable for me. So again, first is awareness, yeah, acknowledging that this is happening, being aware of it, yeah, and being in the wisdom, being in the knowledge, establishing yourself in the self. The ego is the sixth level. The seventh is the self, the consciousness. So the more we are established in that, the more the ego will not trouble us. You can have it there. Yeah, sometimes you have to seek attention. Let's say there are 5 people on a panel. Now, when you have to share your viewpoint, you have to take attention to you, right?
Yes.
Or you have to say something important for everybody. Let's say you stand in front of your class and give an intro talk for a meditation program, online breath and meditation workshop. You will need to take everybody's attention, command that, right?
Right.
So
Right.
instead of demanding attention, we command it through our action, through our values, by being kind and compassionate and caring and responsible. Do you see that? Then the ego is not involved so much. And when you know that, okay, I do my good and I let go, वो कहते हैं ना, दाएं हाथ को भी नहीं पता चलना चाहिए बायां हाथ क्या कर रहा है, नेकी कर और कुएं में डाल. So when you do good and you let go, then you don't really bother about whether people are paying attention, whether they are complimenting me, whether they are thanking me for all the good that I have done or all these wonderful qualities that I have. You are mast in yourself. You are established in yourself. Yes? Does that make sense?
Yes. Sure.
Good. और कुछ है? Anything?
Guruji says ki you can either have a guru or you can have doubts. You cannot have both at the same time. So is it possible that I have some lack of devotion or faith? I keep on having so many doubts.
Yeah. Uh, you can either have doubts or you can have love. Do you get that? Well, on the surface, doubt is okay. Doubt is good. It in fact strengthens your faith. In another knowledge sheet, Gurudev says, legendary is the faith which withstands a million chances of doubt. So having the doubt on the surface is good. You clarify that doubt, you go through it, and that will strengthen the faith. But when the doubt gets into the Atma, it is said, Samshaya Atma Vinashyati, then it will spoil the love. In a relationship also. Have you noticed this? If one person is doubting all the time, oh, who is she talking to, or who is he all the time, messaging, and where is he going, and right now, then you suffocate, smoother the whole relationship. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
Nowadays, it happens a lot with youngsters. So the moment the doubt gets into the soul, it finishes off the relationship, the love, the joy that is there. And maybe that's how it is said. The Guru is the joy, the love, and all that. But it's okay to doubt. Yeah, it is encouraged. In fact, you have the doubt, sure, but don't just sit and get upset about that doubt. See
And
what you can do to clarify that. Talk to the right person or do your own inquiry. All right? And
and
that's how you go through the doubt and become strong in the faith. Yes, you were saying something.
self-doubt. Self-doubt.
Yes, so doubts are of 3 types. Just as faith is of 3 types, it's opposite. The doubt is also of 3 types. The self-doubt, doubting myself, or you doubt the process that you're going through.
Yes.
You're studying urban planning, and one particular teacher or one particular subject, you will doubt, why are we learning this? Why is she like this? You either doubt the process.
Yeah.
Okay, and the third is, as I said just now, the teacher or the guru, or the goodness of people around, the goodness in the world. We doubt these three things. So faith is also of these three things. Faith in oneself, faith in the goodness of others, and faith in the process, in the path. Okay? And as the level of energy rises, as the levels of prana rises, the doubts will vanish. Notice this quality of doubts also. Doubts will come when the prana is low. It is inversely proportional to the levels of prana. High prana, less doubts. Low prana, high doubts. High number of doubts. So you keep your energy up through chanting, through meditation, through good company, and you will see that it will not trouble you.
And last question. How can we come out of guilt consciousness or victim consciousness? I keep on going again and again.
So tell me, does it help?
No,
See, when you are in guilt, how do you feel?
not good about oneself. मतलब खुद के बारे में अच्छा नहीं लगता.
Isn't it? So you feel
बहुत
bad, right?
low लगता है.
Exactly. You feel low. Does it help the situation? No. So it is not
नहीं.
helping you. It is not helping the situation. This guilt is such a wasted emotion. It eats up your energy. So that's what guilt does to us. In fact, most of our negative emotions do that, but guilt all the more because it is not helping what is happening around. It is not helping us. So what to do? Instead of the guilt, feel the pinch. Okay, you made a mistake. All right, somebody else did it. Feel the pinch, which is awareness. Pinching is what? Awareness, isn't it? If something good happens, you say, oh, pinch yourself. Is it true or am I dreaming? Pinch is feeling the awareness and then taking the lesson from it. Okay, some mistake happened. What is the lesson from this? Then what happens when you get that lesson, you bounce back. Instead of going into guilt, or pulling yourself down, you learn and move forward, move ahead in life. Yes? Make sense?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Wonderful. I would really recommend those who are listening, you can just note down whatever you remember and see how you can implement this knowledge. See, we all have similar situations. Only the actors are different, and the way it is played out in your life, it is slightly different. But we all go through same stories. And this knowledge that Gurudev has given us, it can really uplift us, make us sail through in life with a smile. So make notes and implement it. Okay, actionate it, not just think and enjoy, but act it out and enjoy. Then this knowledge becomes your wealth. Right? It's called Shravana, listening, Manana, pondering on this. How does it affect my life? How does it relate to what I am doing, where I am currently? That is pondering, Manana. And then Nididhyas, applying it in my own life. Then it becomes your wealth. So the next time I can ask these questions and Akanksha can answer. She has lived it and it has become her wealth, her knowledge.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya. It was so helpful and interesting.
Jai Gurudev.